Chocs and Chocettes, and in between Chocobirds here for another video review. As always, it's a special one. It's a Terry's Chocolate Orange Easter Edition with crushed mini eggs. Yeah, there we go, look at that. There we are, yes, you can see on the top it's actually called Easter Edition there. Yeah, very nice indeed. Looks very interesting. Very just another example of, you know, where Terry's just doing a lot of different things nowadays. You know, they've known for a long time really, just been basically about just being chocolate orange and nothing much else. They did other things, you know, and then they did the segmentations and things that were interesting. And then even then just kind of left it at that. But recent years, past 3, 4, 5 years, they've done so many different products. I know they did some limited editions every now and again in the past, but you know, more proper actual products that seem to be quite consistent, be out all year round. And then it means that they're not just limited editions anymore. So limited edition ones, they do things like this, where just for Easter and things, do mini eggs now and stuff like that, you know. So it's quite interesting what they're doing, and yeah, I'm glad they do it really. Now I did review the mini egg bar last year. I think basically just got some mini Smarties in, to be honest with you, or crushed. You know, I think they were literally, you know, discs in the one in the chocolate bar they did. So I don't know if these are really just going to be discs as well and not actually mini eggs. But nonetheless, it's the same difference, I think. A crunchy candy shell with some chocolate inside. So presumably chocolate orange. There we are. Yeah, so it's a bit of I'm not sure what the actual weightage normally on Terry's chocolate oranges. I'm sure it's it's a 157 or 147, I think. So I'm quite sure it's swapped around. They made it smaller by, you know, giving them sort of like the segments of these lips. So you can see there, you know, you can see this. It's got a little lip there. It used to be quite a sort of flat side, basically. It's seeing better there, and it reduced the weight of them from I think it's from 175 to 157. This one's a 152 weight chocolate orange, so I don't know whether they've all changed that, or it's just the fact that it's got the crispy shells in there and it's made it to be a bit lighter. I'm not sure, but something to bear in mind. It says milk chocolate flavoured with real orange oil with crushed sugar coated milk chocolate candy bean bits. It really doesn't read very well, does it? Beans bits. Milk chocolate flavoured real orange oil with crushed sugar coated milk chocolate candy beans bits. Okay, 6%, yeah. Right, there you go, got the other stuff in there. Does it have any palm oil in there? It does. You can see palm there. They contain nuts and cereals. Milk size 40% minimum, cocoa size 25% minimum. Contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. 5 times 4 segments per ball. There's there at the bottom, just near the weight, 152 grams, as I say. Per 100 grams, 520 calories, so pretty much in the middle of the 500 to 550 threshold that chocolate pods tend to have, from my experience doing this channel. 20 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturates. Per 4 segments, 30.4 grams. I think that's a fifth based on what it says below. 5 times 4 segments per ball. 158 calories, 8.5 grams of fat, 5.2 of which are saturates. The whole thing is quite calorific, so about 800 calories almost for the whole thing. Rough maths. It's vegetarians. It's got the throw it in the bin thing there, so it's not recyclable presumably. Even the plastic bit apparently. Presumably, it doesn't say otherwise anyway. There you go, get in touch, not happy. Please keep the packaging for any contact, it says. Well, owned by Carambar now, which bought the product from Mondelez. So yeah, that's why they've gone a bit better, I think, because Mondelez were doing nothing with the brand and Carambar have really excelled with it, I think, so doing very well. Alright, well I think we need to give this an open and yeah, see what it's like. So let's do it. Let's give it an open. Okay everyone, give this limited edition, I assume it's limited edition, Easter edition, Terry's Chocolate Orange with crushed mini eggs and open. Yeah, so it says deliciously unsquare since 1932 on the side. I mean, I think this one, it definitely has, you know, the box is definitely bigger than the product itself, for sure. But it is in like a sort of special plastic box and things. I don't know what to make of that. You know, yeah, they're not as big as they look on the outside. But I think it's kind of just one of those where you kind of know that, you know. I don't know. I don't feel like it's that big of a false advertising thing. All right. There you see it's got the little glue spots there. So time recording, I've done about 900, no in fact 1,000 reviews. Yeah, about 1,000 reviews. Goodness me. So if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And to right corner, I've got a link to place all my other reviews, plus some related ones, such as other chocolate orange ones, other Terry's ones. Yeah, other orange chocolate ones and stuff like that. So after you've clicked the like button and subscribed, go check this out. Hopefully you enjoyed this too. See the little clamshell thing there, it fits in quite well. Quite nice. Doesn't hold it when it's not in the cardboard box. It just naturally goes like that. Okay, well here we go. Here we are. So this is what it looks like on the outside. Nice packaging, I think you'd say. Now the idea is you give this a bit of a tap to split the segment, so you can see. I don't know if the wrapper gets that shape from the segments or what, I don't know, but you can see it's kind of segmented like that. I feel like a real orange really, obviously, so it's intended to look like. So you've got to give this a bit of a tap. Don't need to be too ridiculous with it, but I do have the old rolling pin here with the old taparoo. It should separate the segments basically. It should do. So hopefully none of the equipment will fall over when I do this. Let's see. Just give it a few taps. Hopefully it will have worked. Now it might not have done. Might be one of those where I need to give it loads of taps. But we'll find out. Let's give it an open then. Let's see. So best do it here because I think this just takes away a lot of the wrapper. Alright, maybe we didn't hit it hard enough. I mean, it's not separated. Oh no, there we go. Separated a bit. Yeah, you don't. I mean, as long as you separate some of it, it's fine. You know what I mean? The rest of it will come away. It's lovely, and it of course allows us to see what it looks like in full as well, which is good. So you can see there, lovely look of an orange, which I think is pretty good actually. I mean, it never fails to impress this, I don't think. I mean, it doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look like you paid £1,000 for it or anything like that, but it does look good. It has a lovely smell as well. That lovely, not really an orange smell, but it's, you know, it's a chocolate orange smell basically. Not an actual orange smell, but it smells nice. Yeah, very good, very good. You get let's see if we can take a couple of. Oh, there we go. Look, it's falling away now. You can see there's like a yes, it has worked quite well that actually. I think it said there's 5 times 4 segments, wasn't it? Let's just have a 4 times 5. So I've got 5 segments there. Let's do 4 times 5. 5. Yeah, and there's 5 there as well on that side. See there? So it should be 10 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's quite easy to be sure that they're consistent because it just wouldn't be a full orange if they didn't have the full segments, would it really? So, all right. So you can see the segment here. So when I was mentioning before about the fact that the it weighs less than it used to because they sort of had this lip. You can see the lip here, can't you? You can see that. So if you see it there, in fact, if I kind of snap it, you'll see it even more. So you can see that lip there, it gives it like a sort of T shape, almost like a golf tee shape. You know, if you imagine that bit filled in there, so it's a flat side rather than this have this lip at the end. You know, all in all, that loses it about, I don't know, 10-20 grams or something, I think it was. So yeah, well, I'm sure it went from 175 to 157 grams, so roughly 20 grams. So quite a lot, really, quite a lot, but it's still a substantial product. It kind of, you know, I guess it does look a bit more orange-like as a result of it, so they kind of got a bit of serendipity there. Showing that the design doesn't go to both sides. There we go. And you can see, I think you can see that they are discs. You know, with they're like little, you know, discs of like mini Smarties almost, but not chocolate eggs or anything like that. You can see that they're like a disc shape. You know, they say it's mini eggs, but they're not really. I don't believe they are anyway. You can just tell, you know, by the shape of them that they're not. Well, they weren't mini egg sized, I don't think. Well, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't believe they are, just based on the size of them. Mini eggs are quite big. They certainly don't have that. It would never look like that disc shape. You know what I mean? If you had a mini egg of Terry's mini eggs, of course, I'm talking about here. You know what I mean? They would never be. They just don't have shapes like that. You know what I mean? The shell would be flat at the side. It would never be angled like that. So you know, they're just crushed discs, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? As I say, yeah. So it doesn't really matter. It's probably better that they're like this, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, they did say that they were mini, you know, mini eggs. But they're just not. You know, you couldn't get a mini egg, a crushed mini egg with orange on that bit there, because you can see the orange is coming through. An orange on that bit there. It just wouldn't. It's impossible for a mini egg to be that. To have the orange on both sides there like that. So. Get it out really, but you can just tell me. Look at it, you know. You know, it's just not a crushed mini egg at all. All right, or a part of a crushed mini egg. All right, looks very nice. Looks very interesting. I may as well give the segment a measure, I guess. To 5.6 centimeters. The lip, 9.5 millimeters. I mean, it's not really much point measuring, but I don't know how we can accurately measure it. About 6 millimeters roughly at the edge almost. Yeah, there we go. Guess we can kind of do the height of the orange roughly. About 5.8 centimeters roughly. We just about do the width roughly. Very roughly. About 6.5. Alright, well, it looks very nice, but how does it taste? I think we need to lift myself up and give it a go. So let's do it. Let's give it a taste. Okay then everyone, getting this Terry's chocolate orange with crushed mini eggs apparently, although I don't think they're crushed mini eggs at all. They're just mini Smarties, or Terry's version of mini Smarties anyway. A taste, so it's basically a limited edition or Easter edition. I guess it's limited edition. So yeah, very excited for this one. Obviously it's not in the box anymore, I've taken it out. So we've got a segment here ready to go. Yeah, you can see it's got little crushed bits in it. So basically it's a regular Terry's chocolate orange just with crunchy bits inside. They're meant to be crushed mini eggs, but they're really just crushed mini Smarties, but that were obviously Terry's. They've got chocolate orange in the middle, presumably. That's the impression I'm getting, because it seems impossible that they can be crushed mini eggs based on the shape and size of them and things like that. But I could be wrong, but just from my opinion, I can't see it, but you know, could be wrong. All right, let's give it a taste. There's not much crunch in there. There's a bit of crunch, but they're either too small or just or just not very prominent, really. You know, this one's got a bit more by the looks of it, so at least inferior. So let's see if I can taste it. There's a bit of crunch in there, but it's quite rare. You know, not very prominent. Not very. There's a few bits and pieces, but maybe because it's crushed pieces as well, or not quite full. You know, mini eggs, mini Smarties, whatever you want to say they are. Or just mini Terry's candy chocolate orange things. Terry's equivalent of mini Smarties, whatever. Because of that, you don't get much shell. You know what I mean? The shell's the crunchy part. The rest of it's just the same. You know, it's just filled with chocolate. It tastes exactly the same as the rest of it, so you can't detect it. So if you don't get the shell, you don't get much of a crunch, and it's not, you know, it's just not much of the shell basically. I say because they're sort of snapped in half and things. They're quite small as well, so there are not loads of them. If they were really prevalent, you know. I see they look to be though, don't you? From looking at that, you think, well, yeah, there's quite a lot in there, but you know, you can not see many orange bits sticking out. I don't know. They're just quite sparse, despite the fact they look like they're there. They're not very prominent. I mean, but let's not forget, you're having a lovely product just on its own. You know, the Terry's chocolate orange is very nice. It's a lovely, indulgent taste. It's just nice flavour of the chocolate. I wouldn't say it's the best chocolate in the world or anything like that, but it just works. It's a lovely product. It looks nice. You know, quite creamy chocolate, but that orange oil taste in it is just pretty lovely. Really, it just tastes nice. You know, you probably can't eat. You know, well, you can eat the whole thing. It's quite easy, really. But you know, it probably become a bit much after a while. I think it's definitely best when you have 2 or 3 segments. I think after that, you know, you kind of get a bit used to it. That sort of novelty wears off slightly, but it's lovely for those first few segments for sure. It's very nice. I definitely recommend patience with eating it, but obviously easier said than done. But this one, I don't know if it's adding that much to it. I mean, it's a typical limited edition, really. I think it's just not that exceptional, you know. It's interesting to have, but it just doesn't add enough. There's not enough bits in it. You know, it needs to be more crunch. More crunch. It just needs a lot more crunch, like twice as much, you know what I mean, at least. So it's a bit disappointing as a result of that, really. I was expecting a lot more from this. I think the regular Terry's Easter bar, you know, the one, the bar version of this basically has a lot more crunchy bits in it. I'm pretty certain of that. It's a lot more prominent, you know, the pieces. It's just executed better. This one, they've obviously had to crush them up a bit more because the chocolate orange segments are quite thin in parts, so it just wouldn't hold together very well. So they've probably had to be very, you know, careful with it really. As I say, if you imagine if the bits got into the edge, they might have had some kind of special technology or special technique to stop them getting into this bit here at the edge, so it wouldn't cause it structural problems. Maybe anyway. Maybe, I don't know, but you kind of see there is a bit of a different texture there, can't you? It looks a different colour. Maybe where it's been joined in the centre of the orange, I'm not sure, but anyway, or just to the rest of the chocolates, rest of the segments. But so they obviously couldn't make them too big because it would just be too big for the chocolate and it would cause it to collapse. But I mean that's not I mean this just need more of them then, don't you, or something? I don't know, but it's just not enough of them. Just more of them, even if they're the same size, but just more of them. Just I don't know if that would cause its own problems. I don't know, but I'm just saying what they need really. It needs to be a bit better than this, I think. I would say. Of course, and if they hadn't made the segments smaller, like with these lips, then you could perhaps fit bigger pieces in. So it's a problem with their own design really when you think about it. So yeah, so I think for me, I don't know, still not. I mean, Cherry's Chocolate Orange, I think it's a 4.5 generally. This one's just a bit disappointing. Can I mark it down because it's not quite as good as it should be? It still gives you a good experience nonetheless. You know what I mean? As the other ones, the same, if not slightly better, because of the crunchy bits. Assuming you like those crunchy bits, which I do, I think it adds a nice bit of a bonus to it. But it's just not enough of them. So I don't know. I mean, Terry's Chocolate's probably about a 4 out of 5. I think maybe a 4.5. I don't think it's fair to mark these down to 3.5 for sure. Maybe giving it a 4 out of 5 is probably marking it down because maybe the regular one's 4.5. I can't quite recall. I think it probably is a 4 out of 5, really, the regular one. I think this one, I think it's a 4 out of 5. It's just a bit disappointing by the fact that the pieces are just not prominent enough, but it's still a nice experience, but it just could do more pieces. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, check out YouTube Mode Program and the Discord server, links are in the description. Check out one of the videos that's been on the screen now, go to support my channel by continuing to watch my content. And have a great day, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. See ya.